That was a bit hard yak, huh? A while since I've had a good dry reach.
You don't vomit.
I'm trying not to vomit. G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode. Well, this is not just one episode, this is a double. We're going to run this one over about 40 odd minutes instead of the usual 20 to 25. So sit back, grab yourself a couple of frothies, and let's get into it. If you've been following our series so far, you're well aware that we dragged a jet ski and the boat all the way to Wyndham. We put it in, had a few dramas leaving Wyndham, ropes wrapped around props and that sort of stuff. But anyway, we overcame that and finally made our way out to some of the rivers, and Hudson got his first ever barra. The weather was always going to play a huge part on this trip, and it did. But we finally made it to the Berkeley River, and we were greeted with some of the most spectacular waterfalls you've ever seen. The Berkeley River is an absolute amazing place, and nowhere else would I want to catch a barra than right at the head of the Berkeley. We only keep what we need for food, so this one was lucky and got to live another day. The beauty of the Kimberley is the fresh water. There's an absolute huge abundance of this at the right time of the year, and this also creates one of the best backdrops you'll ever see. As always, great things have to come to an end, and the weather was turning, so we had to make a run for it. This is what we had to endure for 10 hours. The only silver lining I could find on this trip was if we had still been in the Berkeley, we would never have seen this amazing sunset. With the weather finally settling down, we made it over to the eastern side of the Cambridge Gulf, and that's where we got our sleeping gear out at about 10 past 12 the following morning.
Morning. I don't know if it's a good one yet. I can't open my eyes. I probably feel a bit better than I look at the minute. Knowing that we're here. I fucking froze last night. I had to get the sleeping bag out. The old Dona didn't cut the mustard. Oh, he's sick, mate. That's no good. Nothing better than sitting backwards to the wind. Obviously the current's going that way, and it's stronger than the wind at the minute. And it's slapping hard underneath those swim decks there. But what a freaking day yesterday. You right, buddy? Yeah? We'll get moving and we'll find somewhere. We'll spin around so we're not backwards to this, mate. It's a bit average. Yeah, we left the Berkeley at 2 o'clock. Oh, God. And at 10 past 12 last night we got here. So I don't know what that is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 hours that took us. 10 freaking hours. Broke the ski rope, I think it was 3 times, 4 times. It was that freaking rough, trying to pull it over waves. You right, mate? We'll pack all this up and we'll move, eh? But yeah, got bits of it in the back of the boat. I've still got the red one here. I was saving that because we still got about 30 or 40 nautical mile to go, and I didn't want to try and swap ropes out in the dark just in case the ski got away. We probably would never have found it. But yeah, just a quick knot, and one thing that didn't break was my knot, so it was just the rope breaking in another spot. So the old story, if you can't tie knots, tie lots. It seems to work. Oh. What do you reckon? The wild night, mate? You don't really want to talk to me today, I think. It's pretty bad. But anyway, it's done. That's the main thing. That was the whole idea of it, get it done. And yeah, now we're in the protection of the Gulf again, back up another creek, and it should be a cruisy run home. We ended up running right over to the eastern side because once this wind picks up today, tomorrow, whatever, we're on the calm side. We haven't got it belting all the way across the Gulf at us, so we should be able to just hug one side, hug this eastern side all the way home. It should be sweet. Anyway, we're going to pack this stuff up. I think we're just going to have a bit of muesli for breakfast, mate, eh? We'll see if we can keep that down. But yeah, welcome back to the Cambridge Gulf. Couldn't tell you what creek we're in, actually. I was trying to find a name for it last night and there was no name, but no doubt I'll find that out for you. Right, so coming into spring tides now, and the current here, the current's unreal. We're up there, beautiful snag, but my God, man, couldn't hold a position with the Minn Kota. So away we go. So obviously the main creek here is running out, and then this is all joining it. Had a little croc drift out. We'll go that way, mate. We'll go up that way. Had a little croc drift out this morning. Greet us as soon as we got up near that snag. He was just having fun, enjoying the ride, I think. Would have found somewhere out of the current, no doubt. Yeah, we're just going to explore this creek today. Like I said, I'm not sure what the name of the creek is. We'll cruise up. This one here, I've got a feel looking at the tide that may suck dry. And not too sure. We haven't obviously been up any further, so I'm pretty sure this one will suck dry later, or best part of. So we'll go and see if we can find something else up the main creek here. There's a few. This creek actually joins the other one, I think. Might have already said that. But yeah, we'll go up and have a look at a few of those elbows and find a few back eddies and see if we can't find something.
So when we talk about big spring tides, this is what a big spring tide looks like. The mud flats are absolutely engulfed in water, and this is why the crocodiles can travel so far inland with ease.
We've just been cruising these little backwaters here, looking for snags. There's stuff on the lens there. That's a bit better. Just flicking at these snags here. There's another one on the way out there. Not a cracker. Not a cracker. Yeah. He's just doing a fishy dance, I think.
Dad,
Yo.
there's a spider in the boat.
Spider in the boat? Well, he's out down your end. You deal with it.
No, he's connected to me.
Is he? Oh, I'll slap it then.
No.
I won't tell you about the one on your hat then.
Is it one on my hat?
Yeah.
Dad!
Yep, there is literally one on your hat. Watch where you're going. Put it in gear. Yeah, so we'll just continue cruising. See if we can't get something. You need to put it in gear, man, or we're going to hit the trees. Put us in the trees there before, as you can see. The roof's all covered in leaves and stuff. Watch where you're going. So yeah, that was good fun. But,
There's spiders everywhere.
yeah, I know, man, because we're in the trees. Seems some of these mustn't hold much water because there's not a lot of current in some of them, but then some of them it's humming. So yeah, we're just trying to pick the ones with a little bit less current so it's a little bit more fishable. But whether the fish are in those ones, not yet, but next creek.
Big fish, buddy.
Big Queenie!
Is it a queenie?
Yep, that's a monster Queenie. Just
Keeping
keep
it?
an eye on this. Keep an eye on this. No, we'll let him go.
Where'd he go? Oh,
Look at the size of that thing.
that is a monster. That's the first
Here he goes.
queenie.
Oh, I thought he was going to jump then.
That's the first queenie on board.
I just swapped lures over to a nice shiny silver one. Orange and silver. And this dude has flogged it.
I did not know. Is that spiky?
So after a couple more laps around the boat with this big Queenie, I thought he was done. But he had other ideas.
That was going to happen, didn't I?
Jesus. Hey,
Oh, he just spewed everywhere. Gross.
dirty bum.
There you go. Why do you look at...
That is
Oh,
a
that
massive.
stinks, man. He just spewed all over me.
You're having a spew, babe.
Ugh.
You're gonna have a spew bed. Look at his. That's where he lays. Disgusting.
Oh, he just literally spewed all over me and all over the boat, and it reeks.
Lucky you didn't get on your new glasses.
That is an absolute PB for me. I'll
Whee!
100% guarantee it. We'll get that. Oh my god.
Just you don't vomit. You don't vomit.
I'm trying not to vomit. That's horrendous. I'll get back to you. I'll get over this dry reaching. Oh, I think it's my shirt. Oh, it's all over the boat. So
Lucky you got a deck wash.
we're going to be firing that deck wash up in a second, mate. But and I'm
Want me to
changing
get
me.
it and spray him.
It's all over. It's all over my clothes. So anyway, I got to clean this up before I do a valve or something here, and we'll get back to you. Right, here we go. The boat still stinks bad. We just want to process this fish and get him back in the water. So lip on the end. Touch under a metre.
How big is it?
Just under a metre, buddy.
99.
Yep, that's a hooter.
99 centimetres.
Oh, probably call it, what would you call it if you're going to go to the tip of the tail? 960. 960 at the tail, or 840, 50 at the fork there. That's a thumping Queenie though. Do you want to hold that? I'll get these hooks out.
Dirty
Not
bugger.
doing the best here.
That is a thumping. You don't spike yourself. That is a massive thing.
That's alright, eh?
So with time, Hudson's got quite good at taking photos. He's no longer cutting my head off or getting half of the fish in the photo. Well done to Hudson on a great photo.
Oh, my eyes are still watering from that. That was a bit hard yakka. A while since I've had a good dry reach. Anyway, he went back pretty well. He's got some fresh clothes to put on because, oh man, I'm starting to get it again thinking about it. I've never smelled anything like that for a long time. But it's good to get something on the board. Something cool like that too. Like, yeah, a lot of yous probably go, oh, it's just a Queenie, but that was a thumping Queenie. That was an absolute ripper. I'm stoked with it. But yeah, I'll put a shirt on and pile of fat back on and get back into it. We'll just going to keep working this bank, changing lures, swapping things out, and yeah, it's paid off so far. Not a barra though, but yeah, The weather is ridiculously good up this creek though, I will admit. Alright, we're just throwing the throw net in a couple of these little waterways here, and yeah, little barra and some nice prawns. That's obviously what he's feeding on. Nice prawn there.
That's a nice barra.
But yeah, we'll get him out and have a look at him. Beautiful little barra, probably about 400mm long.
Hey, put him on the measuring thing.
Good neck, that one. No, I won't bother measuring him. We'll just let him go. Right, ready?
Yep. Yee! Now let's get all these prawns out. Who's their dad?
Right, another barra. Getting better. Ooh, nearly lost him. Let's throw net again. Just chasing these mullet. Just chasing these mullet along the edges here. Oh God, I'm gonna lose him.
We need to poke him on the sides.
There you go. Do you think we need to measure him?
Yes.
I think he's a bit under.
No,
grab it though.
Probably not size.
It'll be 55. You're definitely not 55, mate.
It's like,
He's 46.
this is a nice barrel.
Yep, good little barra. Chuck him back, eh?
46 nearly big.
Chuck him back.
Whee! Look at that baby.
Bloody nice one. Freaking heavy. Just a touch smaller than the one earlier today.
How big was that?
94 I think he measured.
How much was the other one?
97, 96, something like that, I can't remember. Anyway, we'll get him straight back in.
Badoom.
Go on.
See ya.
Oh, that wraps up another day. Time for a beer. It's only 3 o'clock, but this will be the first day out of 8, I think it is, 7 or 8 days, that we're going to be cooking dinner at 3 or 4 o'clock before it's dark and the bugs are out. So, back out in the main creek now, and it's quite windy, as was expected. But we're just going to go up, check the jet ski, make sure that's right for the night, and possibly go back down the creek a little bit out of this weather, get a nice peaceful sleep. Got a bit funky there last night, or this morning when we pulled up after midnight. But yeah, anyway guys, nothing really to report other than that big queenie, couple of caddies, couple of big runs, but yeah, couldn't hook up. Still got a couple of tiny liveys, little fun-sized Mars bars we call them. But so get up here, we'll double check the ski and might chuck one in the middle of the creek. Tide's still running in, and yeah, tomorrow we might hook the ski up and head back to Wyndham, unless it's really good, and we'll go to Cape Domett for a look. But it's not meant to be, but we'll see what it pans out to in the morning and we'll make a plan then. Alright, so we're just back at the ski. Pretty much that one from there back is still all full. So it's at 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 140, 150 litres still in there. Plus I've already taken one. What's that, 170, 190, still 210 litres of fuel. So that's basically a full tank of fuel with us. So another 400 or 500 k's. But no, don't put it in the water. So yeah, we'll chuck 60 litres of juice in and yeah, lighten a little bit more out of the ski at the front here, and should be a pretty sweet run home. Yeah, there's a couple of broken bits on it. This was our mooring lights, what's left of them. First day on the road, boom, gone. Anyway, get that on the big jobs. We'll transfer some fuel. Probably just poke our nose in that little creek there. It's far enough out of the breeze for me to cook a feed. What have we got tonight? Steak?
Baked beans.
Nah, steak. Right, steak and baked beans.
No.
Yeah, we'll cook some steak and baked
I know
beans.
you can just see it. Probably about there, somewhere where my finger is. Somewhere there.
Little crocodile, he's just poked his head up. He wants steak, eggs and chips as well. Well, probably wants Hudson more than anything, but yeah, just goes to show you're not alone out here.
He wants people.
Keep your wits about you at all times, especially if you're fishing. I'll put my hands a bit close to the water today with that queenie, but yeah. Nothing real gourmet about the old steak, eggs and chips.
Burnt chips.
Yeah, we burnt the chips a little bit. That's because I was mucking around with you with an overrun. But anyway, there you go.
Run a crocodile.
Scotch fillet steak, eggs and homemade chips. Where's my little croc, mate?
Boat-made chips, not homemade.
Yeah, boat made. Hudson reckons boat made chips, not homemade, because we're not at home.
Yeah, we're not at home.
Anyway, old mate Croc, he's just staying that 20-25 metres away like they normally do. He's somewhere in there. Loving it. Where else can you sit there, eat steak, eggs and chips with crocodile watching you? Hey? Welcome to the Kimberley.
I'm chucking a chip.
Don't chuck him a chip. Jet ski out there, she's high and mighty now. Not much fuel left in it. 110 litres I think there was. So yeah. Old mate's just waiting for us to do something wrong, I think. About 3 metres, 2.5, 3 metre. Enough to be a nuisance. That's about it. Watching. Merch is out there too, guys. I haven't pumped merch this series. Anything you see me or Hudson wearing, the hats, anything like that, it's all available ottadventures.net. The croc shirt's not up at the moment, so well, let's just talk about the croc shirt. Hudson, we lost his croc shirt. I hung it on the side here to dry it. Woke up in the morning, gone. A pair of jocks was there, a pair of little shorts was there, but no shirt, so that was kind of weird. But anyway, so we lost his croc shirt, so apparently I own one of them. But anyway, yeah guys, enough waffling on. Merch is online, ottadventures.net, like I said. Hit us up, any support from you guys is bloody awesome. And keep up the good work. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Good morning. Quite a peaceful night's sleep last night. Hardly a breath of wind, which is kind of weird considering the weather report we had, but that weather report was for 70 or 80 k's away, so here you go, Bunch. So glad I make you that mattress. You laid right next to it for most of the night. Have a look where you are. I think that carpet's a bit wet too. After we threw that net quite a few times, as everyone knows, it's probably one of the messiest things you'll do up the creeks, throw a throw net in the mud, mangrove leaves, sticks, all the rest of it. So we hosed the boat down, but where the deck wash goes, there's like a little push on fitting on the hose that runs through the boat, and it's leaking, and I'll bugger if I can work out how to fix it. I don't know if it's got an O-ring, you know, I have to have a look when I get home. But there's a fair bit of water came in the boat trying to wash all the net and all the front of the boat off. So I think it's your head still hurts.
Leg.
Oh, your leg. Oh, that's alright. I was going to say with a head like that, it's going to hurt, mate.
Leg.
But anyway, so as always, it's been a few days since I've had a coffee. I just sort of got up, smashed a feed and got going. But yeah, Hudson's had a bit of a sleep. He's just woke up and I've made me coffee now. So it's bloody awesome.
Where's my Milo?
You get nothing when you ask like that, mate. So,
Good night.
good night. Be a peaceful day. You want to stay asleep? Be a peaceful day then. But yeah, so I think today we'll see what this wind's going to do. Still fairly light. That tide's just started ripping again now. We're on the big, what are we on, the big low now, heading towards the big low. So I think it's about 7 metres, 8 metres of movement today. And yeah, so we'll see how we go. And I think once that tide starts running in, we'll come back, pick the ski up, and start heading back into Wyndham and plan the next part of our little trip, whether we fish around here for a few days in some local creeks, or whether we load the boat up and slip over to Cunnadarra and put it in the lake there. Give this thing a run in the fresh and give it a good wash. So it doesn't stink, it's just starting to get dirty. That's road net just bloody, yeah. The whole carpet area up where I'm sleeping is disgusting. So had a towel down last night, just slept the mattress on the towel. But that's our plan for the day. I don't know if anyone's travelled with a 7-year-old. Leave a comment if you have, and let us know how you went. He's going pretty good. Pretty impressed. So yeah, pretty impressed. Just picked up, and yeah, but let's just call it not ideal boating conditions. But yeah, made it here now. Fair bit of current here, as you would have thought. Nice point there. Be able to sneak around the back there, get out of most of this. See that wall of white water there? Pretty turbulent here. Obviously big tides. Keep your wits about you here. That should be not too bad. And on the change of tide, when it goes slack, I think we might shoot back. That's the sort of stuff you have to keep an eye out for. Obviously big tides, that'll be under. Yeah, pretty wild bottom here. Pretty wild. Alright, so while we're just sitting about here not doing a hell of a lot, bait soaking in here for ages, flicking bobs and everything, and one small brim and that was it. Whoops, lost my shirt. Where'd that go? Oh, anyway, back to what I was going to say. Washing's finished. Bloody jocks. Old Pikachu's never looked so good. We'll call it the what is it? Not a Westinghouse, a Welkinghouse. That's my last name anyway. Whoops, gonna lose this one too. We'll just hang these up here for 20 minutes, half an hour in this breeze, and they'll be just about done. So, pretty easy. People always say to me, how do you go on a small boat for so long? And I think it's quite easy when you got water. Water's the key. That's probably one of the heaviest things you'll bring, apart from beer. But yeah, you can only take so much water with you, otherwise it starts becoming dead weight. So we take about, I think it's around 25 litres, 30 litres, and that's almost enough for, 5 days, 7 days, depending on how hot it is and how hard we're going. If we're up on the land doing a fair bit of walking, we'll burn through a bit more. But when you're in the boat, you're not doing a hell of a lot and you're in the shade, you're getting bites, are you? Oh, there's a start. But yeah, we only carry about 25 litres for the two of us. But and that's plenty, and being that we're back to Wyndham tonight, happy to burn a bit of it off. Still got I think there's about 12 or 14 litres inside the hatch here. But anyway, this is Cape Domett. Very beautiful little beach here. We're going to go ashore, but we don't want to get the boat stuck, and I don't fancy a swim in this water, because we want to start heading back on the low tide, on the slacker tide, back to the creek. Hey? What's the sinker? There was no sinker, mate. I was floating that one. Yeah, back to the creek where the ski is, hook it up and run in on the ingoing tide, and that'll do this little part of the trip. What do you think of Smoko, mate?
Dip, biscuits, salami and cheese.
Good old homemade salami, another sliced cheese. Goes right, eh buddy?
Yeah.
Just shifted out a little bit further here, getting really shallow in there now. So right out on the end of the rocks here. I'll drop another line in just while we're drying the rest of our washing. Only a couple of things to go. And we'll probably be on our way back to the creek. One fish would be nice, just one.
One of the best tips that I could give you if you want to come up to an area like Wyndham and do a trip like this is run on the tide when it's slack. The difference in the water is amazing. The wind speed while we've been out at Cape Domett hasn't changed, but wow, the water, that's the big difference.
We got the ski hooked up again with our tow rope. Still got the red one in there. So we'll see how that holds up. It's kept it a little bit shorter, that's why I've left that one on. It seemed to ride a little bit nicer. I've just been that little bit too far back, laying back on a wave, whereas now it's up on top of that wave. So it seemed to tow a little bit nicer when we came in the other night. I sort of give it a little bit in the creek here, and it rode really, really well. But so we'll see how that holds up today. Got a little bit extra weight on board. Normally I'll empty the live well for the trip, but we've got those few mullet in there. A fella will catch up with in Wyndham here. He got a big tank at home. There's some mullet, so we'll drop a couple off to him on the way. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Getting up on the plane shouldn't be too bad. We've ran the boat down to just on half a tank. Probably see it easier there. So 250 nautical mile.
How many litres have you done?
So 250 nautical mile for 276 litres. So that's pretty good. That's really good. So, you know, if ever Suzuki are looking for someone to show people what their motors can actually do, this is probably the boat for you. Instead of showing people that, you know, look at me, I can go out on Port Phillip Bay, 10 minutes from the boat ramp, have a look how good our engines are. So I'm pretty impressed with this thing so far. We've put it through a fair bit. It's 500 hours, I think, just about on the knocker. So in a couple of years. Anyway, we're going to hit it and see what happens here. Welcome back to Wyndham. Bloody near glassy here.
Look at the jet ski go.
Yeah, he's going to swing in behind us now. That basically we pretty much almost beat the tide in because it's such a long run in. By the time the tide turns out where we were, it's, what is it, 70-80 k's to get here. Yeah, the tide's only just turned here. So there's a hell of a lot of boat ramp out of the water.
It's brand new.
So we'll see how we go, but what we're going to do is we're quite low on fuel now. We've still got 40 litres on the back of the boat, so we're going to chuck that in the tank. We're going to cook a feed. We missed out on lunch. Hudson reminded me.
Jiggy jiggy.
Yeah, so he's got his jig, his jiggy jig. So often hose there, and yeah, transfer a bit of fuel and cook a feed. Wait for a bit of tide and a trailer.
This is my lassie.
Well, what do we got here, Hudson?
Bacon.
What's on that one?
Bacon, cheese, egg, tomato sauce.
Wrap. What's on
Wrap.
this one?
Egg, steak, cheese, and barbecue sauce.
Steak, egg and cheese. Bacon, egg and cheese. Bad end of the day. Just having a beer, waiting for a bit of tide. No stress. Watching old mate trying to fix his boat over here. Doesn't sound too good. Need I say it? Yamaha? Nah, Yamaha go right. Can't knock them. Lots of them. Anyway, cheers guys. We're going to tuck into this. Bit of a late lunch. It's 4 o'clock. Sun's obviously getting low. Oh, he's away again.
I wouldn't go fast. We'll just die again.
Sounds way better. Oh, no it doesn't. That's not running on all cylinders. Shut it down, bro, before she blows. Nah. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to tuck into our wraps here and enjoy the show by the looks of this.